And welcome to Emmerdale, The Gather upstairs. My name's Stuart Boyd, and I'm going to be playing some songs, tunes for you. I'm going to start off with a song about Sir John Franklin, who in 1845 set off in 2 ships to try and find the Northwest Passage. But he wasn't successful. He never came back. 5 years later, his good friend Sir John Ross set off to try and find him and wasn't successful in that either. So this is a song about John Franklin. Homeward bound one night on the deep, slung in my hammock I fell asleep, and I dreamt a dream and I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. In 2 fine ships and 100 strong, they sailed from Stromness on the morning swell, to seek a passage around Greenland shore, that we brave sailors might come home once more. Through cruel hardships they vainly strove, their ships on mountains of ice was drove. Only the Inuit in his skin canoe was the only one to ever get through. Baffin Bay where the whalefish blow, the fate of Franklin no man may know. Brave Captain Ross could not find a soul, I fear they've perished in the frost and cold. In frozen waters their ships do dwell. The fate of Franklin no man can tell, leaving their women to weep and mourn, in sad foreboding for their return. And Lady Franklin has tried in vain. For her lost Franklin she would cross the main. £10,000 would she freely give to hear on earth that her Franklin do live. This next song's a Ralph McTell song called Gypsy. La 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 la. Our fathers out of India come and stopped where they found water. And the Gadjo boys with their greedy eyes, they coveted our daughters. They coveted our daughters. And the moon shone into the sea and crossed the palms with silver. There was music by night round the dark campsite, and the music made you shiver to be the gypsy. La 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 la. Across the deserts our fathers come with dancing boy, bear and drum. And the Gadjo boys with their greedy eyes, they coveted our freedom. They coveted our freedom. And we fit in your landscape like the six to the five senses. But the pastures close as the cowboy knows, and the world's cut up by fences to catch the gypsy. La 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 la. And the colours fade on the caravans, and old roads bend and change. And the vigilantes move us on, but still we do remain. And while we do remain, your ways only keep us on the path that we have chosen. When it's cold at night and the fires won't light and the children's hands are frozen, it's hard to be the gypsy. Burns the cage, the key to the dancer of delight. The flame that burns behind your eyes, yet flickers in your sight. Flickers in your sight. And you may die of cold because the path that you have chosen has warmed your hands, but not your heart, and left your poor heart frozen. Let the gypsy dance. Oh, if the gypsy cannot dance, in your heart you may discover that the flame needs air to burn, or soon it'll be all over. If the gypsy cannot dance, in your heart you may discover that the flame needs air to burn, or soon it'll be all over. Thank you very much. great audience here in Ennerdale. Thank you. Heckling's allowed if you want to heckle. It's fine. So now I'm going to do a little tune. This is a tune about a bagpiper, someone who plays the bagpipes. It's a true story. A man in Glasgow was a very good bagpipe player, joined a pipe band, and one day they were marching through Glasgow, and he was a very important member of the band. He was on the left hand at the front, the corner, and sort of half the band were looking at him to keep pace and stay in time and all the rest of it. Anyway, he was very involved in the music, and as you do sometimes when you're playing an instrument, he momentarily closed his eyes and drifted away as he was playing. And unfortunately, the bandmaster turned the band round to the right up a side street just as he had his eyes closed, and he kept marching straight on. And by the time he realized, when he opened his eyes and he realized he was by himself, it was just too late to go back, so he just kept marching, and he was never seen again. So this is the March of the Lost Piper, an arrangement for guitar by Pierre Bensusan. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to change guitars here. Before I sing this song, I just want you to spare a thought for migrant workers who generally have a rough time, a difficult life, leaving family and friends behind. to find employment. But this song has a happy ending, so this is called Braca Hill. One night as I lay slumbering in my silent bed alone, some rakish thoughts came to my head, which caused me for to roam, to leave behind my native town and the wee girl I adore, to take a trip as I saw fit, strange countries to explore. And the night before I went away, I was walking over Braca Hill. I met my love upon the road, and her eyes with tears did fill. Oh, Johnny dear, she said, stay here and do not go away. There'll be none for to comfort me when you are o'er the sea. Well, I took her by the lily white hand, and I held her long and fast. My darling girl, I must away, for our ship lies in Belfast. If you will prove constant, I will prove true. Oh, you know I'm well inclined. We kissed, shook hands and parted, and I left my girl behind. And it's when we landed on Greenock shore, the people gathered round. They said I was a rakish lad, come to cut their harvest down. They told me to return home and to never more be seen. So that very night I took my flight back to Ireland's lovely green. And when Mary heard that her Johnny was home, her heart did jump with joy. She threw herself all in his arms, saying, you're my darling boy. Oh, Johnny dear, I'm glad you're here. For you I have thought long, so let them all say as they will, our wedding will go on. And Braca Hill is a fine wee place, with lovely girls therein. You'd swear they were the nightingales when they sit down and sing, where the salmon trout do sport about round Loch Ness burden shore. So let them all say as they will, you are mine forevermore. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, next up is another Ralph McTell song, and with the event of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month fast approaching, I thought this was a good song to sing. It's the Themaginot Walls. All off to Brighton in a char-a-bang. Albert played his banjo and how we sang. The beer was expensive, but the laughter was free. How we all love to be beside the sea. Albert had a cousin named Marjorie, and I had noticed how she had noticed me. I quickly decided if she didn't mind, I would spend the game in her gay company. We shared a plate of whelks, strolling side by side. I said she weren't too old to take a donkey ride, but I didn't mind when she laughed and said no. So we paused for a while and listened to the minstrel show. There was a notice by the palace pier. It said there was to be a dance that night and it wasn't dear. I explained, of course, that I could only waltz, and so we waltzed to every tune and air. Well, 9 o'clock came round, we had to take the charabanc. And Albert was too drunk to play his banjo, but still we sang. All except Marjorie, I could tell at a glance, 'cause me and Albert was leaving for France. I said, we'll both be home in a week or two. Me and Albert and Lord Kitchener will teach the Hun a thing or two. I'm sure to return after me, do not yearn, and we'll waltz together all our lives through. Thank you very much. So, that was the Themaginot Walls. Next up is, next up is another guitar. This one here. These are sort of disposable guitars. Play one tune, throw them away. Now, it happens to be the last night of the elections in the US of A. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if you could influence the election without getting yourself on a CIA hit list? It might be too late, yes. But I don't know what time the voting stops. Well, by the time I've sung this song, everyone might want to leave the US of A. Now, this is a song that has its roots in the Cold War. The tune is by Anton Karas. Should be played on a zither. So this is my oldest guitar, and it's got holes in it where it shouldn't have. So it's the one that sounds most like a zither. And the lyrics originally by Miles Wootton. I used to hear Martin Carthy singing it at the time of the Greenham Common protests, when America had cruise missiles over here, and a lot of people didn't want them here. Most people, I think, didn't want them here. So that's where the song comes from. I apologise in advance to any Americans watching or listening. It's an anti-American song, but I can't help that. It's just what it is. It could be about any country, except maybe Denmark, because they're just too squeaky. But anyway, here we go. This is a protest song. So I just hope this is in tune. for bubblegum, cola, brunch burgers on rye, America. Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo and Mum's apple pie, America. For the death of the buffalo and the birth of the blues, for highballs and hot dogs and bootleggers' booze, Honest John Minuteman, Trident and Cruz, America. I've forgotten the words. There. That was a shortened version because I totally forgot how it goes. Oh dear. I might come back to that. Right. So, next we have a little tune from the Hebrides. This is a walking song, and walking songs are working songs. In the olden days, the cloth making business, it was women who fulled the cloth, that's thicken the cloth. They'd put the cloth on a board and pummel it with when it was wet. After it had been soaked in urine, they'd pummel it with their forearms. When their arms got tired, they'd put the board on the floor, pummel the cloth with their feet. And while they were doing this, they'd sing and chant songs and ballads. They'd often make them up on the spur of the moment, and they were quite complicated rhythms that they beat out to full the cloth and sing along to. So this is a walking song called Heman Dub. Thank you. what I think I'll do next is I'll go back to that song, see if I can influence the outcome of the American election. Yes, I sure will. So, for bubblegum, cola, brunch burgers on rye, America. Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo and Mum's apple pie, America. For the death of the buffalo and the birth of the blues, for highballs and hot dogs and bootleggers' booze, Honest John Minuteman, Trident and Cruz, America. Dumbo, Rambo, Bonzo, Sue Ellen, J.R., America. For Elvis and Bing and the Cadillac car, America. For space age technology, for stone age finesse, for getting us all in one hell of a mess, with your God bless America and goddamn the rest. Nixon, Kissinger, bombs in Vietnam, America. That sly redneck huckster they call Uncle Sam. For the sake of the thousands of children who die, your generals, your senators, your presidents who lie with their Mickey Mouse morals and Neanderthal pride. Showbiz, glitter and razzmatazz, fake news, Twitter and Alcatraz, alternative facts and trumped up Avatar, and for the Bowling Green massacre, the axis of evil and the whole shebang, all singing, all dancing, Ku Klux Klan, for your dust bowls head in the sand, oblivion past the buck America, who you're kidding. So take a rain check, Mr. Magoo, how humble or nasty are you? Wham bam yabba dabba doo, what a flim flam man can't do. You get a bigger bang for your buck if you build a wall the right way up. And get a good lawyer, you schmuck, anyone can sue. Glamour parades, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Billy Graham, Las Vegas and crap, subprime toxic assets and gun lobby escapades, Mardi Gras and presidential motorcades, for your native people's polluted reservations, read under the bed, secretly taped conversations. Agent Orange and moral crusades, America, we stand against you. Hats off to John Burko. There we are. So that was that, and I guess the voting's finished, has it? Does anyone know? What's the? They're going till the early hours, but there you are. You see, there's still time. Time for what? I don't know. All right. So this next one is a ballad, the Ballad of Tamlin. Now, near the town of Selkirk, in the borders of Scotland, there's a place called Carterhoch, where the Yarrow and the Ettrick waters meet, and this ballad concentrates around that place. Up the road, there's a place called Marles Cross, and across the hill, there's a place called Harehead Wood, and all those places are mentioned in the ballad. If you go to Carterhoch today, you'll find Tamlin's well there, a well just by the river. And this is a very ancient ballad. It starts with Tamlin, who, captured by the fairies, lives at Carterhoch. Anyone who goes there has to pay a forfeit. In Scots, that's a wad, in Scots language. There are a few Scots words in the ballad. I'm sure you'll get the gist of it. It's all about forfeits and having to do things to get what you want. So here we go. This is Tamlin. Oh, I forbid you maidens all that wear gold in your hair to come or gae by Carterhaugh, for young Tamlin lives there. Oh, there's none that gae by Carterhaugh that man leave to him a wood of either gold rings or green mantles, or else their maidenhead. But out then spat fair Janet, she's the fairest o' her kin. I'll come or gae by Carterhaugh, and I'll ask na leave o' him. Janet is kilted a green mantle, a little abune her knee, and she has broided her yellow hair, a little abune her bree. And when she came to Carterhaugh, she gaed beside the well, and there she found his steed standing, wha was he himself. And she hadna pulled a red, red rose, a rose that broke the tree, when up starts then a wee man at Lady Janet's knee. Why did thee pull the rose, Janet? Why did thee break the tree? And why come thee to Carterhaugh without leave of me? Oh, Carterhaugh, it is my aim, my daddy gave it to me. I'll come or gae by Carterhaugh, and I'll ask na leave o' thee. And he's ta'en her by the milk white hand, among the roses red, and what they did I canna say, but she's ne'er returned a maid. So Janet is to her father's hall, she looked so pale and wan. We saw she grieved a sore sickness, or else she been lain with a man. And out spak her father dear, oh, he spak both meek and mild. Never, alas, my sweet Janet, I fear you gae with child. Oh, if I be with child, father, my sermon bears the blame. There's ne'er a laird about your hall shall e'er the wee bairn's name. And if I be with child, father, it would prove a wondrous birth, for I would na swear my wee bairn to any man on earth. If my love were an earthly man, as he is an elfin knight, I would na gae my own true love to any in my sight. But out then spak her brother dear, he meant to her nae harm. There is a flower in Harehead Wood to twang you and your bairn. She's preened herself and preened herself by the airlicht of the moon, and Janet's awa to Carterhaugh to speak with young Tamlin. Now the truth you'll tell to me, Tamlin, a word you must not lie. Go near you were in a holy chapel, singing Christian cheer. Yes, the truth I'll tell to thee, Janet, a word I wouldna lie. A knight got me and a lady bore, as pure as I did with thee. So don't you pick the red rose herb, nor climb to break the tree, to twain you are the bonny bairn that we got in our play. For when I was a boy, just turned of 9, my uncle sent for me to hunt and hawk and ride with him and keep him company. But change the cardinal wind out o'er the north to a sharp wind and a snell, and a deep, deep sleep come over me, and pray my horse I fell. And the Queen of Fairies kept me in yon green hill to dwell, and I am a fairy lithe and limb, fair lady view me well. I quit my body when I please, or run to it to repair. I can inhabit at my ease in either earth or air. Of elfin land the truth I tell, I am not fain to dwell. They'll gin they say of Christendom, but I am pleased to tell. For the fairy folk at 7 years repay attained to hell, and I am so young and full of flesh, I fear it to be myself. And this night is Halloween, Janet, the morn is Hallow Day. So gin ye dare your true love win, you've not any time to spare. Just at the murk and the midnight hour, the fairy folk will ride. They that would their true love win, at Miles Cross they mun bide. And first get by the black, black steed, sign led by the brown. Quickly gibbet the milk-white steed, and you pull the rider down. And they'll turn me in your arms, lady, to an esk and a vile adder. But hold me fast and fear me not, I am your bairn's father. And they'll turn me to a bear so grim, then to a lion bold. But hold me fast and fear me not, as you shall love your child. And again they'll turn me in your arms to a red-hot gird of iron. But hold me fast and fear me not, I'll do to thee no harm. And last they'll turn me in your arms into the burning gleed, then throw me into well water, oh throw me in with speed. And then I will be your ain true love, I will turn to a naked man. Oh, cover me with your green mantle, and cover me out of sight. Fair and fairly was the night, and eerie was the way, as Janet in her green kirtle to Miles Cross she did gae. And about the dead hour of the night she heard the bridles ring. This lady was as glad o' that as any earthly thing. And the rootin' pipes blew wondrously shrill, the hemlock small blew clear, the louder notes from Hemlock Lodge and Bogreed struck the air. And first get by the black, black steed, sign led by the brown. Fast she gibbet the milk-white steed, and she's pulled the rider down. And then they changed him in her arms to an esk and a vile adder. But she's held fast and feared him not, he's her bairn's father. And again they changed him in her arms to a bear and a lion bold. But she's held fast and feared him not, she would love her child. And then they changed him in her arms in the red-hot gird of iron. But she's held fast and feared him not, for he'll do to her no harm. And last they changed him in her arms into the burning gleed. She's thrown a lover in the well, and a true love she has won. But it then spat the fairy queen, and an angry woman was she. Ah, she's ta'en awa the fairest night in all my company. And had I kenned Tamlin, she said, out of the bush a broom, I'd hag and hoik thy heart of flesh, put in a heart of stone. And had I kenned Tamlin, she said, what now this night I see, I'd hag and hoik your eyes and put in eyes of wood. So they all lived happily ever after. You'll be pleased to hear. Now, next, I've got a couple of tunes. This is 3 tunes from Ireland. The Return from Fingal, The Hole in the Hedge, and Seamus Cooley's Jig. Right, coming up to the end of the show now, and got a couple more tunes. They're both about Scotland. One of them's about leaving Scotland. That's the first one, and the second one's about going back up to Scotland. So there we are. The first one's by Dave Galder. It's called Sandwood Down to Kyle, and Sandwood Bay's right up in the northwest of Scotland, and the Kyle of Lochell's halfway down, I guess you'd say. So this is called Sandwood Down to Kyle. Let me just tune up a bit. One Monday morn as I walked out, the wild birds for to see, I met a man upon the road, he asked for charity. I met a man upon the road, he asked for charity. Come home, I said, and drink your fill, comforts you shall find. And tell me why you walk the road that leaves the hills behind. Oh, tell me why you walk the road that leaves the hills behind. Well, the summer, sir, has spent its course, soon the leaves will fall. I hear the sound upon the wind that plays around your walls. I hear the sound upon the wind that plays around your walls. And the bird must flee the winter, sir, she cannot stay behind to build her nest upon the snow, nor can I look for mine. To build her nest upon the snow, nor can I look for mine. And if I had £100 and could live in each a while, I'd build a home in every cove, from Sandwood down to Kyle. I'd build a home in every cove, from Sandwood down to Kyle. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to finish up now with this last song, a song by Archie Fisher called Lindsay. I'd just like to thank everyone here at Ennerdale, Hannah and Jack doing all the technical stuff. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again soon. And stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. So this is called Lindsay. Now Lindsay, he has ta'en to the road, straight to the north he'll steer, with his space-eyed fiddle in his pack, how he'll make his living, it's clear. He's well met with a pedlar group and a chance to adjourn to the inn. They've called for ale and they've ta'en up the fife and the gaily skip to the tune. Well, all through the night they fiddled and fife, for the dancers have ta'en to the floor. They've neither wanted a glass nor a pipe, well the music's there I'm sure. They've danced up through markets and fairs, right to the edge of the town, and there they met Black Janet, the widow, who danced as she rattled her tongue. Now Lindsay's asked Black Janet to dance, you've ne'er seen such bonny a pair. She's ta'en him firm by the hand and skipped to the top of the stairs. There she said there's a fine feather bed where a man being weary and drear shall dance the Strathspey with me and elope with a tune in his head. Now Janet, she was true to her word, Lindsay has proven his worth. May you all have as merrily a dance if ever you come to the north. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good night.